Hello, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. How are you today? I know I've not been used to doing a live session on a Wednesday, but this is a new thing, and things are changing. Why am I doing it? I'll tell you in a minute, right? Because we have a very important topic to discuss today. Because I don't know if you were aware, but yesterday there was a number of qualifiers that were happening for Qatar 2022, and I think the last games are actually happening today. Yeah, so that means by the end of today, so we should know all the qualified teams for the World Cup, which is very exciting. By the way, if you're new in this channel, let me just first of all introduce myself. My name is Tony Teo. I'm the founder and CEO of Renewable in Africa. So we are your global clean energy champion, right? And then it's always a pleasure for us to talk to you because we're saying that if you're interested by the sector, by renewable energy, by clean energy in general, in this channel, you get all the information you need to demystify the sector for you. Whether you are an investor because you have a lot of money, you want to pour into a project, but you're looking for information, this is the place where you have the information you need. Whether you are a business, you say, hey, I want to go green, I want to be sustainable, but I have no idea what to do. Or maybe I have some idea what to do, but I need to engage and talk to somebody. This is the place still for you to watch. Or maybe again, you're a professional, you say, hey, I want to step into the sector. How should I do it? Listen, by listening to me on a regular basis on this channel, so you'll have the chance to get the information you need. Oh, by the way, the beautiful things today is that we are broadcasting to 4 channels. We are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, and we're also on YouTube, obviously, right? So, which is actually fantastic. And then and LinkedIn. I hope I did not forget that. So, I want to talk to you about something beautiful today, which is 2 main events that's going to happen. COP27 and Qatar 2022. And I can see I'm properly dressed for the occasion. And I'm going to explain to you why, right? I'm sure you guessed already why I'm dressed this way. Yeah. And I want to ask you. So these are 2 main events that are happening towards the end of the year. And I'm just asking the question, do you think that this is an opportunity not to miss? And you can ask me a question, what opportunity are you talking about? This is exactly what we're going to talk about in a minute, right? Excellent. But before we dive into that, right? So I think it was just a magnificent night yesterday, obviously for me, because for the African bloc, so we know all the 5 qualified countries that are actually going to go into the World Cup, right? And then I want to congratulate all those teams, including all the other teams that could not make it, right? Because I think you have to be fair play. But definitely the winners, so we're absolutely proud of you, right? But we didn't have to wonder. So if you look at the World Cup, there's going to be 32 countries that are actually attending the final phase of the World Cup, but only 5 of them are African. Clearly, that's not enough, right? So we need more than that. But that's a topic from another day. And some may argue that I may not be qualified to discuss about it. Are you sure about that? But anyway, I'm not going to challenge you on that for now. So, who are the 5 qualified teams that are going into the World Cup? Obviously, we have the current African champion, Senegal, the Teranga Lions. So obviously they beat Egypt by penalty. So they're going. Sadio Mane will be going into Qatar. And who else do we have? We have Ghana. So they managed to eliminate Nigeria. That was a very tight game, and obviously the end of the game were not very pretty to watch, but it was good. So, and after Nigeria, who else do we have? So we have obviously Morocco again, fantastic game. So they beat Democratic Republic of Congo, and that was a very clear score. Nobody can dispute that, and they produced a beautiful game, excellent. And beyond that, Tunisia as well. They play very well, and they qualify. And who is the last and final team that's going? That's why I had to rock this jersey, definitely. Because I don't have a recent jersey. Hey, I have to find my last one that I found, right? And I want to show you something that was beautiful just for me to watch, right? I'm sorry about that, guys. So I'm sorry for the Nigerian, but I just have to show that. So stay with me. Let me share my screen because it's just too beautiful to watch. I just want you to enjoy that with me again. And that's what I saw. Oh, Wow, that was great. Have a look at that. Have a look at that. Come on. He has to play.
But just wide.
No.
And the header, and it's in. And
okay, I'm going to take you
the
there.
Header, and it's in.
Oh, yes, that's what I said.
And the
At this
header,
stage, we're not going. We're losing. Right? And it's breaking. But 6 minutes later,
back.
right, things change. This is what happened.
Put it back into the danger area, flicks on. And it's scored!
That's beautiful, right?
Oh, it's incredible.
So when I saw that, I was
be.
just crazy.
Cameroon, ecstatic.
I was just crazy, yeah. And then I know, obviously, it's very, very difficult if you are from Nigeria and you're watching that. I know, but hey, I can only be happy because I have to say, and I was saying that to one of my colleagues at work today that yes, I come from Cameroon. Now you've guessed, obviously, and I think you knew that before, isn't it? So I was saying that the spirit for me at this, the spirit of the indomitable lion is by far one of the best assets that this country obviously has, right? And I'm arguing that, if able we could channel that spirit into other sector of the society, I'm sure there's many, many more things that we can do. And that's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to dive too much, right? Because like I say, in this channel, we want to just state the fact and stay within our lane, right? That's fine. But I just wanted to share that. So clearly, I want to congratulate Senegal. I want to congratulate Ghana. I want to congratulate Morocco. I want to congratulate Tunisia. But I also want to congratulate, obviously, my fellow Cameroonians. So that's beautiful. So there's 5 places, for the African continent going to be in Qatar 2022. But I'm hoping that, in 2026, we have more African teams that are actually going there because with 32, like I say, we need more than that, right? So that was great. I can see I have already some some people. Oh yeah, my colleague Olo to say excellent performance. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was definitely the best performance. So and that's great. And Qatar 2022 is going to happen in November, as we know. But before that, so let's now come back into our discussion. Let's not get distracted a little bit too much, right? So coming back into that, what's happening? We have COP27, but where is COP27 going to be? COP27, as we know, going to be in Egypt, in Africa, and it's going to happen in Sharm el Sheikh, right? If I'm correct about that. And this is something that is very, very important. And the one thing that I wanted to say, so why we having those conversations on a Sunday on a usual basis, I'm not going to change that. On a Wednesday, so I'm just want to inaugurate a new slot because there has been more requests for me to do more of those live. I'm just going to inaugurate a new slot, but I'm just going to make it a little bit different. And the Wednesday is just going to be one question that we ask and just one solution. We're just not going to expand too much. One question, one solution. So the question I'm asking today is, from COP27 to Qatar 2022, is it an opportunity that is present there, and which one should we not miss? So can you guess what opportunity I'm talking about? Because if we're looking at that, so COP27, normally it takes 3 weeks usually. So it will happen between the 7th of November to the 28th of November, right? And if you're looking at and there's a little bit of an overlap with the World Cup. So the World Cup will happen, I think, from the 28th of November all the way to the 18th of December, right? So we have a 6 weeks gap there, right? And what is actually quite interesting, so if you look at COP, usually what happened, so during the event, it becomes almost like the center of attention of the whole world because you have all the main leaders traveling there, and also very important leaders from the society, but also from the private sector goes there just to discuss about one thing, the climate, and discuss about what we can do to make sure that we can guarantee that we can smooth out the pace of increase of carbon emission, and also move and limit the rise of the temperature to 1.5 degree before the end of the century, right? So you definitely have all set of attention that are there, right? So it's very important. And what I'm saying is actually here is, just as we finished that, right, COP27, guess what? We now have World Cup. And the funny thing is actually COP27 is happening in Africa, in Egypt, which is a beautiful thing, symbolic thing. And I'm sure the Egyptian people will actually deliver a great, let's say, a great event. And hopefully we have some very concrete advancement compared to COP26, which already was okay, put it that way. So COP27 will close, and normally we should be announcing the next host for COP28. So although things have not been confirmed yet, but from what I understand, COP28 is going to be, guess what, in the Middle East. Yeah, in the Middle East, where the World Cup is going to be. And it's going to be most likely UAE. Yeah, don't hold it up to me. That's what I have seen, but nothing is fully confirmed just yet, right? And the Middle East, especially UAE, that's in a very important part, obviously, for anything related to renewable energy or clean energy. Why? Because, for example, that's where you have the HQ, for for IRENA, which is a International Renewable Energy Agency. And in the Middle East, we're also going to have the World Cup. So that means as well, just as we finish COP27, overlapping with the end of COP27, we're going to have the World Cup. It's going to last for another 4 weeks, right? In Qatar, all the way into mid-December. So what is the opportunity not for us to miss here, right? So what am I saying here is you're going to have the center of attention of the world, which is going to be on 2 events that's going to be back to back. So what is the opportunity not to miss? I can see some people are watching. Can one of you just guess what is the opportunity that we should not be missing? So if you're part of the sector, what would you say? If I'm asking you the question, what would you say about that? What is the opportunity that we should not be missing? So I can see a few people here. Guys, anybody want to have a go? Otherwise, I'm just going to say that. Yeah? So let's go. 1 star. I see some Abdul say Ghana Black Star. Hey, Black Star qualified as well. Congratulations. Obviously, I'm very happy and pleased for you. Okay, let me say that. The opportunity for me not to miss is the awareness, raising awareness about this issue of, energy transition, moving to a cleaner world, right? Moving to more renewables energy. And what I'm saying here, and that's most of the time the challenge that we have in the industry, because we sometimes have the impression that, everybody is aware of what to do or what and how to do it. No, there's still only a tiny portion of people. So the large majority of the people don't necessarily know what is the proper next step to do and how to take this step, right? And what I'm saying here is when you have an event like COP27 that will gather all the main leaders of the society, I'm talking about the political world, I'm talking about the economic and financial world, I'm talking about the civil society coming together to discuss about that. That is overlapping an event, which is the World Cup, that I like you to remember that usually the World Cup is one of the most watched sporting events in the world, right? So usually you have like almost half, half the amount of the population, in the world watching the World Cup. So obviously, when I was looking at last stats, just before this one for 2018, for example, in Russia, we had 3.5 billion people that watch it. So that's great. So imagine then if you actually make an issue or take advantage, to embed an issue like climate change into that, you're touching pretty much like half of the population. And this is how, for me, you can make sure that you can use as a clever, you can take clever initiative to make sure that you can then talk to those people and get them to understand what is the next thing next thing to do and to accelerate the process. So this is what I'm talking about here. And that's a fantastic news because it doesn't happen that often that we have 2 main events like that back to back, right? One clearly sort of overlapping the other one and just carry on. That's what I'm saying. All of a sudden, from the 7th of November to the 18th of December, like I say, we have the whole world centered around 2 events. And I'm saying if we use those events to make sure that we can sort of boost the awareness, sort of increase the amount of activities that we could be doing to reach out to people, to reach, to boost the outreach, it can become all of a sudden a lot more effective. And this is what I wanted to say today, right? And we can use, I know I said that already in previous videos, that football for me, sport can be a great vector for us to pass on the message. And I'm saying with two events like that back to back, what can we do? COP27 in Africa, finishing, passing the baton to the Middle East, to UAE, and even before COP28 happened in UAE, immediately we have World Cup Qatar 2022 in the Middle East already, right? So we can actually pass on the baton and use the World Cup as well to carry out promoting the message, reaching out to people, and making sure people really understand and connect with what needs to be done in order for us to accelerate the process and accelerate the progress. This is what I wanted to talk to you today. Like I said, the Wednesday we kept that very simple. One challenge, one solution. So that's the one solution that I'm suggesting. The challenge is, how do we raise awareness? The solution for me, we use those two main events, COP27 and World Cup overlapping COP27, to make sure that we can boost the outreach. So that's my solution. What do you guys think about that? I can take a couple of questions if there is any. Otherwise, I'm just going to let you go back to your normal activities. Oh, by the way, I can see there's many comments. Thanks for that. Let me just see if there was any questions. So Abdul was just saying, oh, Ghana Black Star. Congratulations, obviously. Excellent performance from the Indomitable Lions away from home. Yeah, effectively. I think the Indomitable Lions, they were brilliant, I have to say. So that's why, obviously, I had to pay tribute to them and just rocking the jersey. Yeah. So congratulations to Cameroon. We hope that the RMB start Kenya will qualify for 2026. Hey, who knows? Yeah, who knows? When there is light, there is hope. Definitely. I'll support you guys. So what is the opportunity? We responded to that. So yeah, that's what I had to say for today. So I don't think there was any other question that I could see, guys. But yeah, that's okay. Kindly give a background. Okay, let me just see question. Okay, can you give a background to COP27? So Abdul, so I'm not sure what kind of background you want me to give, but all I can say is, as you will be aware, COP happen every year. Usually it's usually in November. That's where we have the gathering, and then I say all the main actors of society, all the main stakeholders of society will gather in that one place to discuss about the issue of the climate change and decide on course to action. And with obviously the need for action becoming more and more pressing, there's more and more, let's say, high expectation from the whole from the whole society to take action and to do something. And every year, COP, I believe you also will know that, but let me just mention that just in case there's some people watching that may not be aware of that. It happened in different countries. So this year it's in Egypt, and last year it was in the UK, in Glasgow, Scotland. So this year it's in Egypt, and next year, that's where I'm saying I am not 100% certain yet, but I believe from what I've heard that it's going to be in the Middle East and in UAE, and that's what I can say. So obviously that's the 27 editions, hence COP27. So yeah, but yeah, and COP15, that's where we had the breakthrough with the Paris Agreement, and the Paris Agreement is essentially the one agreement that sort of replace another major one that was the Kyoto Protocol. I think the Kyoto Protocol, if I'm correct, was in 2008. I can't remember exactly, but I think that's what it was. So, and the Paris Agreement was considered as a breakthrough because obviously, with the number of ratification that we had, number of countries that decided to ratify the agreement, and also the kind of concrete initiative that were taken down. And COP26 is going slightly more further and sort of making sure that part of the Paris Agreement that gets implemented. But there was still some area of disappointment, right? Because A lot of people were expecting clearly that there would be a strong message and strong stance towards ending the use of fossil fuel, right? Whereby there has been progress in this direction in the issue of coal, for example. So the whole congregation agreed to phase down the use of coal, right? And also to significantly limit as well, with the aim to completely stop it, the financing of fossil fuel. But we're not there yet. It's a work in progress. So that's a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what kind of background you wanted, but like I say, this is what I could say very briefly to give you an idea. But I would encourage you, if you just do some research on that, you'll have a lot more understanding of COP27. Hopefully that was good, Abdul. By the way, thank you for your question. I love when people asking questions. I love it. So any more question? Otherwise, we're just gonna cut it a day. Like I say, I don't want to keep it too long, because Wednesday, like I say, one challenge, one solution. We limit that one solution. Usually there are multiple solutions, but limit that to one, right? So, and I repeat, what was a challenge for me? So how do we raise awareness? My solution is we use two main events, COP27 and World Cup Qatar 2022, which are back-to-back events, to make sure that we can actually boost our outreach. Why? Because we're going to have up to half the amount of the population in the world watching those events, right? So that's a fantastic opportunity to tap into that. And because football is so important for so many people, so that's the opportunity maybe to use some of those stars, right, to see if they can help to promote the message a little bit more. That's what I had to say. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, fantastic to talk to you on a Wednesday. Like I say, it was my inauguration of a new slot, and I've inaugurated that the best way possible, to celebrating a victory, and I'm just gonna go back and continue with my day, right? So until then, I see you guys on Sunday, 2:30 GMT time. Oh, I was gonna go without giving you something. I'm just gonna say, as we're talking about decarbonizing the whole world, how could I forget that? So we recently released, which was actually today, Renewables in Africa, our new article. So, which is a very interesting interview of a gentleman, which is Mr. Kenneth Engblom from Wärtsilä, who's telling us how we can actually decarbonize going forward. And what he's suggesting, simply mixing renewables with flexible gas. I won't tell you more, because I want you to go and read it and tell me what you think about that and drop the question, right? In between then, make sure that you subscribe to all our platforms on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, but also on LinkedIn, right? Until then, may the sun be with you guys, and you have a beautiful evening. Take care, guys. Bye.